Highly volatile exchange rates make real economic activity and financial transactions difficult, and it also impacts investments in foreign assets and hedging strategies needed to offset the foreign currency exposure. Central banks manage exchange rates, at least to some degree. We call the policy framework of a central bank the exchange rate regime. We'll first talk about the ideal currency regime, then we'll discuss some actual currency regimes.
The ideal currency regime has three properties. The exchange rate between any two currencies is credibly fixed. All currencies are fully convertible. They can be exchanged at any time and any amount. And each country can have independent monetary policy to achieve domestic objectives like growth and inflation targets. Unfortunately, those three properties are not consistent. If you satisfy the first two conditions, then really there is only one world currency, so each country could not have its own monetary policy. So there can be no ideal currency regime. It's not possible. Independent monetary policy is important to countries. They want to manage inflation and unemployment. But if there was perfect capital mobility and credibly fixed exchange rates, investment capital flows between countries would counteract monetary policy. Expansionary monetary policy, which lowers interest rates, would lead to foreign capital outflows. Foreign investors would look elsewhere to get higher returns. This would force central banks to sell foreign currency and buy domestic currency to maintain the fixed exchange rate. This reduction in the domestic currency supply would push up interest rates, so the country would end up where it started. The expansionary monetary policy would fail. Floating interest rates make independent monetary policy possible. A decrease in the domestic interest rate from loose monetary policy would, now that we've terms of gold, keep the balance of trade and world trade dropped until the early 1970s.